It's Friday, February 23rd, 2024, and this is the Talk Film Society podcast. I am your host, Marcelo Pico, editor-in-chief of Talk Film Society. And with me, as always, for this awards season series, which is coming closer and closer to the end, it's Siobhan Irving. Hello, Siobhan.
Bow, wow. Hey, Marcelo, what's up?
Hey.
That was my entrance music. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am absolutely killing it over here. I'm having a great time. Everything's going right.
Yes.
Nothing wrong at all.
Nothing wrong over here either. We're both doing just fine.
We're doing not only just fine, we're fucking thriving. We're killing it. We're like the Wedding Crashers, where we're just going around living our best lives, like fucking just going out, fucking every night, you know? Like we've got plans. Okay. We've got good jobs, too.
Yes.
We're lawyers.
All of that is true. And Siobhan isn't just watching Wedding Crashers as she's recording this podcast. But yeah, okay. That's who we are. That's the first segment of the show.
What a weird concept for a movie. Though these two dudes just go out to weddings every day. Why do they do that?
Could they make that today? Wedding Crashers?
Oh, they couldn't make this today.
They couldn't make it today. No.
Well, they definitely can't do the part where Vince Vaughn gets raped, I don't think.
What? That happens in the movie?
Yes. Isla Fisher rapes Vince Vaughn.
Jesus Christ. I forgot all about that. Well...
but it's funny because it's happening to a man. That's.
We'll save that talk for when we do the Wedding Crashers commentary. That's coming up soon. But anyway, who are we? I'm Marcelo. I like movies. That's Siobhan.
Oh, God. I love movies.
Yeah, we both love movies. We're doing this award season podcast. We're prognosticators. We are going to help you decide the winners. You're going to use this information that we tell you to place your bets in the Oscar pools at your offices or in your friend group, and you're going to win big. You're going to be one cheering, shouting at the Oscar parties, saying, "I just won!
I win!
Yeah, I won $10,000 thanks to the Talk Film Society podcast."
Fuck all of you motherfuckers!
Exactly. So that's the show. I think we can just jump to the news. I really don't know what else we could say here.
Yeah. Well, we should say what this episode's about.
Oh, thank you. See, that's Siobhan.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. The only reason to remind me to say yes. The category of this episode. We pick a category each episode and we talk about a past Oscar winner. We're doing a twofer this episode. A 2-in-1, because I thought it'd be fun to talk Best Actor and Best Actress Oscar winners, and one movie that did both, that has a Best Actor, Best Actress win, is The Silence of the Lambs.
That's right. Get you a movie that can do both.
Exactly. We were this close to doing something else. Yes. I suggested Network. Siobhan was like, yes. And then today, Siobhan was like, "No."
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Sorry.
It's fine. I figured Silence of the Lambs was, I think, an easier one to find. And I think another one that we could have done was, there's like a list of like 7, I think, movies that have both an Oscar Best Actress and Best Actor winner. I think another choice would have been One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Ooh, never seen that.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe next year. But yeah, Silence of the Lambs. We'll talk about that later. But for now, let's. Siobhan. Okay, we're dangerously close to the Oscars.
I can feel it. It's getting hot.
Yeah, I mean, oh god, the race. Okay, Siobhan, how do you feel about the race? Is it heating up? Are you getting warm?
The race is heating up so hot. I am getting warm as heck. And I'm honestly a little scared about how hot it's getting. So, I don't want it to overheat.
So we have 1, 2, 3 weeks until the Oscars happen As of this recording, we're recording this early in the week, Monday the 19th. But I mean, we're about 3 weeks away from the Oscars, and it's heating up. I mean, we just had the BAFTAs, which we'll talk about in a bit. We'll have
the People's Choice Awards.
People's Choice Awards just happened. I completely forgot about that until you brought it up. I did not put that in the news segment.
I watched them.
You watched them?
I watched them.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a bit. The SAGs are this weekend. I think the Indie Spirit Awards are happening right before the Oscars, I think on a Saturday. Anyway, it is heating up. So, the Talk Film Society Awards are happening too. I've just decided that.
Oh.
There have been questions about whether I was going to do it this year. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, but I'll do it my own way this year. It'll be different. So
like Frank Sinatra, you're gonna do it your way.
I'm gonna do it my way. So this is news to Siobhan too. I was gonna bring this up before we're gonna record, but we're talking about other things like Bon Jovi,
like how well our lives are going.
Yeah,
we're great. Everything is. Like
we're doing great.
About earlier, yeah.
So there's gonna be a form like there has been in years past. Go to talkfilmsociety.com/TFS Awards. By the time this episode drops, you'll see the form.
Exciting.
There's going to be one round for the ballot, and the winners will ultimately be decided by us in the Discord. That's right. Everybody who's been saying what their favorites have been in the last few months on the Discord, everybody's names who we've read out and their picks, they're the ones who are going to decide this. Okay.
Exciting.
But with the help of you, if you're listening and you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. And then have your say. But if you can't get in the Discord, if you can't join us as we pick the winners, you can still use the ballot. Again, go to talkfilmsociety.com/TFS Awards.
If you want to get into the Discord, talkfilmsociety.com/Discord.
Yes, thank you, Siobhan. But yeah, so we'll be picking the winners in the Discord and reading out the winners here on a future episode. So that's how it's going to be this year.
Fun.
For the Talk Film Society Awards. But yeah, I kind of want to do it the way like the New York Film Critics Circle, does it, or the LA Film Critics Circle, where they're all like in a room seemingly or on Zoom and choosing the winners. I want to kind of do it that way. So if you want your voice heard, again, use the ballot, go to the Discord. Winners will be chosen in the next few weeks. But yeah, that's it. That's the announcement. And now for the news. I mean, let me go, Siobhan. Siobhan, this is the first time you're hearing all this. So I've been planning this
I'm stunned
for a few days now. How do you feel? You're stunned? No words?
I'm stunned and very, very excited for where this could go. I think we'll have some hopefully interesting choices for once.
Yeah. Well, come on. I think they're always interesting. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of the first ceremony where we awarded her the best film of the year. So that was 10 years ago.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. See, yeah. I mean,
but then when we agree with the Oscars, I'm not super happy.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because it was just last year that Everything Everywhere All at Once also swept.
Well, okay, that's fine.
Film Society
that
Awards.
One's fine. I don't like that movie, but that's fine.
I don't have the stats with me, and maybe by the time we actually reveal the winners, I'll have all the stats for the last few years. The last 10 years now. But we
I encourage you. I just encourage the people be you with your choices.
Yeah,
whatever you want. Be wild.
And that's why I like doing the Discord choices and reading them off, because they're it's not the same old. There's some choices off the beaten track, which is great. I'm sure we'll nominate and recognize stuff that hasn't been recognized by the Oscars or any other awards body. So that's great to hear too. So if you want to get involved, fill out that ballot or go to the Discord. That's it. All right, more on that later. But for now, the news. Okay, so you watched the People's Choice Awards, huh?
Sure.
Tell me about the People's Choice Awards as I pull up the results, because I did not pull that up.
I was channel surfing, had no idea they were on, and we flipped it over to E, and they had the People's Choice Awards red carpet, and we just left it on and watched most of the award show.
Okay.
And it's a deeply unserious award show. I realized very early on when Billie Eilish won for Best TV Performance.
What? What?
Yeah, she was on a TV show last year, I guess.
What TV? I have the winners pulled up, but keep going. What else did you see?
So it was hosted by Simu Liu. Is that how you pronounce his name? Simu Liu.
So. Noted
asshole and transphobe. Guy who I don't think has many years left being on top. He did a good job hosting. His jokes were a little corny and he lacked some type of energy, but he did not totally bomb like our Golden Globes host. And he did make a reference to that as soon as he came out. The first thing he said was, an Asian hosting a major award show. What could go wrong?
That's
I thought
funny.
That was funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
And really, I don't have much else to say about the rest of the show because the awards the awards really don't matter. And it was just weird. It's a weird show to watch. It's like I told you, Billie Eilish won Best TV Performer. So it's just like the stands get to vote on this, and the stands get their way.
So let's read off some of the winners. So Billie Eilish did win for TV Performance of the Year for a show called Swarm, which we
all know.
Yeah, sure. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Nominated, it looks like she got nominated along with, I think it's a 10-person category.
A lot of people. And it's genderless.
So I'm going to read through some of the nominees here. So she was up against Ayo Edebiri, John Hamm, Matt Bomer, Meryl Streep, Stephen Yeun. So she won over those actors, performers, and a few others. So that's wild. I'm just scroll through the movie winners. American Ferrera won for Movie Performance of the Year. Jesus Christ.
Movie Performance of the Year.
Yeah, she's great. She's great.
But Performance of the Year.
Okay, here are the nominees for the Movie Performance of the Year. America Ferrera won over Charles Melton, May December, Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple, Jacob Elordi, Saltburn, Melissa McCarthy, The Little Mermaid, Natalie Portman, May December, Simu Liu, Barbie. That's the host, right? That's your...
Yeah, he hosted.
Yeah. And Viola Davis, Air. What a category.
What the fuck?
What a category.
What are we doing? Hey, they had the guts to get Charles Melton in there. I appreciate that.
Good.
Because he's on Riverdale,
exactly.
So a lot of people voted him in there because of that, yeah.
Drama Movie Star of the Year. Winner, Jenna Ortega, Scream 6. Over, I'm not going to read all these. Over Cillian Murphy, Florence Pugh, Jacob Elordi, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael B. Jordan.
So this is deeply unserious, and that's why it was kind of fun, just to not care at all.
Female movie star Margot Robbie, Barbie. Male movie star Ryan Gosling, Barbie. And one category I know people were upset by, but I'm like, who gives a shit? Because I love her. She's a great Twitter follow. She's funny on podcasts. Rachel Zegler won for Best Action Movie Star.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm like, who gives a fuck?
What was she even in?
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Gotcha.
She won over Brie Larson, Chris Pratt, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise, and Viola Davis for Best Action Movie Star.
Okay.
She's also in The Hunger Games.
Gotcha.
And finally, the movies. The Drama Movie of the Year, Oppenheimer. Comedy Movie of the Year, Barbie. Action Movie of the Year, The Hunger Games. and the overall movie of the year, Barbie. So those were the People's Choice Awards.
Well, that's it was just a weird show to watch. Nothing bad. It was, it was an okay background thing to have on.
Yeah.
And by the way, because of this, Simu Liu, I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing his name, and it's going to be ironic when I get to what I'm talking about. He pronounced the name of saltwater star Barry. He pronounced him Barry Keoghan. And that got me to finally look up how to pronounce this guy's name. I've been doing it wrong. It's not Keegan.
Oh, it's Keoghan?
Nope.
What is it?
Keon.
Keon?
What?
Okay.
Barry Keon.
Barry?
I've literally never heard it pronounced correctly anywhere, unless he pronounces it differently.
Where did you find this pronunciation?
A YouTube channel that does Irish name pronunciations.
Okay. Yeah, I swear he was maybe on the red carpet and somebody said his name, but maybe he's nice enough to not correct people. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Weird. With my name, Siobhan, I mean, I've gotten Siobhan and stuff like that, and it's like it depends on the situation, but a lot of time I just don't care.
Yeah, I definitely correct somebody if they call me Marcello, which I've gotten before.
Which I did the first time we ever talked.
I don't remember that, but sure. I can forgive, but I definitely correct. I go, no, it's not it. It's Marcello. But Barry, I love you. Sorry if I've been mispronouncing your name for years now. Barry K. All right, the BAFTAs also happened. The same night as the People's Choice Awards. I wouldn't necessarily... Okay, I'm 50-50 on the BAFTAs in terms of, it shaking up the Oscar race because some of the wins were very predictable. Hey, Siobhan, take a wild guess. Who won Best Film at the BAFTAs?
Oppie.
Yep, Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Best
Film of the Year.
You say you're 50-50 on whether it shakes up the race, and I am too. And I'm wondering if I know the only award that I actually know is Cillian Murphy won for Best Actor, and I like that because Paul Giamatti's been getting all the other awards, and so this maybe adds a wrinkle. Maybe Cillian does have the chance, but then maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it's. But then last year their winner for everything was All Quiet on the Western Front, and that ended up doing crazy at the Oscars. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'd say, you know what? Before I add more commentary, let me read through some of the winners. So, Best Director, Chris Nolan, Oppenheimer. Best Actor, yes, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Best Actress, Emma Stone, Poor Things. Now, this is the one that I saw somebody on Twitter say, it's over for Lily Gladstone. Emma Stone is the lock for the Oscar. But motherfuckers, Gladstone wasn't even nominated in this category. And as somebody, I think it was Jay McMillan in the Discord. I think he pointed this out. BAFTA's not not one to give it to the people of color in any category. So pretty white most of the time. So it's a shame that Gladstone was not nominated in this category. So to say Stone's got in the bag, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm waiting for the SAGs to happen to see where exactly this might fall. Best Actor Supporting, Robert Downey Jr. Best Actress Supporting, Divine Joy Randolph. Original Screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall. Adapted Screenplay, American Fiction. Animated Film, Boy and the Heron. And they do have a Best Casting Award. Is this? Oh. Maybe it's a category I did not realize they had, or maybe it's new. But Best Casting went to The Holdovers. Best Film not in the English language, Zone of Interest. Cinematography, Oppenheimer. Costume Design, Poor Things. Editing, Oppenheimer. Makeup, Poor Things. Score, Oppenheimer. Production Design, Poor Things. Sound, Zone of Interest. Visual Effects, Poor Things. You noticing a trend here? Outstanding British Film, Zone of Interest. Those are the big ones. But yeah, Poor Things, Zone of Interest, and of course Oppenheimer, big winners. If anything, I'll say this maybe gives an edge to Poor Things in some categories at the Oscars. Otherwise, I don't know. It seems like Oppenheimer winning a lot. Well, that's going to be the trend for the Oscars. It's going to happen. Oppenheimer, Best Picture, unstoppable at this point. Siobhan, your thoughts?
I do agree that I think Poor Things probably could pick up some of the below the line things. I think it was my choice for Best Visual Effects. I haven't seen it. I just I assume it will win that.
Yeah.
Nothing is unexpected about what you just said for the BAFTAs. When I think of the BAFTAs, like that all sounds correct.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll just say I saw some acceptance speeches. I saw Cillian Murphy's speech. I saw Nolan's speech. I saw Robert Downey Jr.'s speech. Good stuff. People were angry. Dumb people were angry at Robert Downey Jr. making a joke about. Did you see any of this? Any Siobhan? Any drama about this on your feed? But because I saw people were like, "Oh, he said something worse than what Scorsese would say about the MCU," and I'm like, "No, he's joking." He said, "Thanks to Chris Nolan, who after years of playing a guy named Tony, he came to me and said." I want you to play this role and get your credibility back. It's a joke. He's having fun. He has $1 billion. Robert Downey Jr. I'm sorry, like he would shit on the MCU, and if he does, so what? Anyway, BAFTAs, British, and that's it. I got no other news.
That sounds good to me.
All right, now for the next. I mean, we're just zooming past these categories.
We're going fast.
We're zooming past these segments. The movie? No, not that. No.
Something else?
No, something else. It's what is it that we've been watching? What is it that we've been watching?
How could I forget?
Siobhan, why don't you go first? What is it that we've been watching? It's the segment where we talk about what is it that we've been watching.
Okay, let's start here. Okay, Valentine's Day happened since we last recorded.
Yeah, Happy V-Day.
And so, Happy V-Day. So I watched the film Blue Valentine.
Oh, what'd you think?
By Derek, Cian France. I really liked it a lot. It's a very intense movie. Michelle Williams and Ryan Gosling are fantastic. I really like the editing in the movie, that like how it bounces back and forth, like really just at any moment. And I think it tells a very beautiful, sad story.
Oh yeah.
I watched Dix the Musical.
Oh,
which
okay.
I thought it was hilarious.
Somebody recently told me to give it a shot. I missed it in theaters, but I'm like, okay, I think it's on HBO, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah, that's how I watched it.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
It's hilarious. It's one of those laugh a second things where there's always a joke, and I think it hits more often than it doesn't. And,
it's super short, right?
Yeah, it was not very long, and it's good. Nathan Lane is hilarious in it, which is not something that like is usually a draw for me, but like he was just so funny. Okay, then there's This Is Me Now, Jennifer Lopez's movie.
The J-Lo movie, yeah.
Her like visual album, kind of. It's like 60-something minutes, but it tells a pretty full narrative of her trying to find love and like finding a new person, thinking this is it, and then finding out they're not the one, and how she's like a hopeless romantic. I dug it. I know some people. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen more people that don't like it than do, but I really dug it. I thought the visuals are very creative. The songs are great, and it was just a nice thing for me at this time as I'm moving on from a relationship. That it was just like, yeah, you know what? If J-Lo, the possibly billionaire, can do it, then why can't I?
Yeah. Do you know what did that for me? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was watching Beyonce's Lemonade after my big breakup.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
2016. So, yeah, visual albums. They help.
That's crazy that you had the same situation with another visual album 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 8 years ago. Whatever.
Oh, and by the way, I didn't make much mention of Blue Valentine, but that movie is amazing. I've seen that movie once, and it stuck with me.
Yeah.
Because what year did that come out? Like 2010? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Feels not that long ago. But yeah, I love that movie. So I'm glad you watched it. Another heartbreaking film.
Watched Oppenheimer, thought it was okay. Paycheck. Watched Paycheck.
Hey. Huh? Hey.
What's that?
Hey.
You like Paycheck?
Hold on. Paycheck sucks. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah, Paycheck is not great. Oppenheimer.
We've been teasing this for weeks. Siobhan finally saw Oppenheimer. She was teasing last week that she wouldn't see it, but it just hit Peacock. And yeah, so you finally saw it. You finally saw Oppenheimer featuring Cillian Murphy, directed by Christopher Nolan. So Siobhan, finally, your hot take, or just a take, just give me your opinion. Just talk about Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer is a good movie.
All right, Paycheck. You got John Woo, Ben Affleck. Who else is in there? Uma Thurman.
It's one of. I made my list of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies. I put it at number 2, only behind Dunkirk.
Wow.
The movie's visually stunning and really fun to watch. Like, I mean, it's 3 hours long, and it's all just like, people talking in rooms and shit about science stuff, and like it's totally engaging. And I think it deals with the horror of creating the atomic bomb, of what these people actually did. I think it deals with that incredibly well. And Cillian's performance, perhaps because of the topic of this episode, we'll get to it later, but still it's worth shouting out twice. Unfucking believable. The shit he's doing in here. Like, oh my God. And all of the supporting cast, everybody's a name, down to the lowest 2-line person. And they all absolutely kill it. And when the bomb goes off, it's terrifying. The way that scene is shot, where it starts with there's no noise whatsoever, and then I couldn't imagine seeing that in IMAX in a theater. I bet that was just overwhelming.
Yeah.
Look, I fucked up not seeing this in a theater, but like it's an amazing movie that I would like to see again.
Yeah, well, you were talking last week. I think that made the episode, or I may have cut it out, where you're talking about maybe seeing some Best Picture nominees in theaters for the Best Picture showcase. I think at Cinemark or Regal, or wherever. Like, if you get a chance to see Zone of Interest, take that chance. But also Oppenheimer, if you get a chance to see that in theater, of course, take that chance and see it. Yeah. Take that opportunity, I should say, because it is a fantastic theater movie. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, you've already said it, so do it, Siobhan. So Oppenheimer, we'll talk more about that, I'm sure, later. But anything else? Anything else you've seen?
That is all that I have been watching.
Okay. I'm gonna dig through my letterbox. I'll talk about 2 movies. Okay, one of them I saw in a theater because I figured, have not seen this, I would rather see it in a theater. Just so happens the opportunity came to pass because Disney was like, all right, we sucked hard last year with the box office. We got to release some of these movies that were on Disney Plus in theaters just to make some money. So they're doing this with the Pixar movies that came out during the pandemic. Quarantine, I should say. Last month they did Soul. Next month they're doing Luca. And this month I saw, this past week, I saw Turning Red. So I saw Turning Red in the theater. The Pixar movie from 2012, 22. Jesus, doesn't seem like that long ago. I had fun. I mean, people were telling me this is a good movie. I'm like, yeah, but how good?
I told you it was, like, on one of these episodes, I think.
Yeah. Maybe when we were talking about Pixar with Joey, maybe on that episode.
Maybe it was last year with the best animated feature thing. It might have been that long ago that I was like, I'm telling you, you should see it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll include you into this. You know, on the long list of people who told me it was good. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Well, not surprised. I came in expecting this will be good, but I think it was better than I expected. I'll say that. It's a great coming of age movie. The representation is amazing. I kept thinking, like, I hated those takes coming from those boring white men saying nobody wants to see a movie about like a you know an Asian 13-year-old, you know, going through, you know, growing up. Like, shut up. Shut up. This is fun. You know, this feels like a crowd-pleasing movie in a way that, like, I think anybody watching this who is into animation at all would get a kick out of it. It reminds me of, like, Studio Ghibli and, like, how it's very like the tale it tells with the, I guess, the mythology, the canon of these characters, and how this young girl turns into a giant red panda. It's like, that is fantastical in a great fairy tale sort of way. But then it becomes like an action movie, like almost like a superhero movie by the end. There's a kaiju, you know, trampling through Toronto. It's a fun time. It's a crowd pleaser, and I'm glad it's on a theater. The end. It's weird for me to say, you know, go see this movie that's on Disney Plus, but yeah, go see this movie that's on Disney Plus if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, good for you. You beat me. But yeah, I had fun with Turning Red. And I'll another one I haven't seen that I want to see is Luca, and that's coming out next month in the theater, so I'll see that when it comes out. Have you seen Luca yet, Siobhan?
No, I've never seen Luca.
Yeah, I've heard that one's good, so I'll see that. Second movie.
I gotta see Coco.
Coco, good.
Coco good.
I cried at Coco. I was one of those.
Oh no.
Coco real good, but yeah, that's it for that one. Next one. I saw the French entry for Best Foreign Film that did not get nominated at the Oscars. It was on the shortlist though. You know, it's last week I talked about the Danish entry that did not get nominated. The movie title that they changed, it was called The Bastard, and then they changed it to the Promised Land. I think that's what it was. With Mads Mikkelsen. That was the Danish entry that did not get a nomination. I watched the French entry that did not get a nomination this week. The Taste of Things. Ooh, baby. This is... I read an article saying, okay, so the controversy was the French did not pick Anatomy of a Fall as their entry for Best Foreign Film at the Oscars. In retrospect, bad move. Because, you know, Anatomy of a Fall got so many nominations outside of foreign film, international film, whatever it's called now. It got director, screenplay, actress. You know, it would have been a contender for Best International Film, but the French were like, no, we're going to pick The Taste of Things, which I see why they picked The Taste of Things. The Taste of Things is very good. It's like quintessential, like, not necessarily stuffy, but like prestige level French movie that's about these, the stories about like how this retired restaurant owner is living with his cook in a manor in it says here set in France in 1889, and all they do is just cook and fuck these two, and that's the movie. Really, you know, there's some drama going on. I don't want to get into the details because it is a little surprising, but they just cook and just have sex, and it's French. and it's great to look at. The food is delicious. Like, oh my god, like, don't see this movie hungry. Like, you're gonna torture yourself. The French food in this is amazing. It's well crafted, well acted. Again, super French, but I can see why the Academy voting body, decided to go with other picks, because this just seems, a bit too like 90s indie movie, sort of throwback, traditional sort of, romance drama, right? Anatomy of a Fall would have been a better pick because, I mean, it does feel a bit more not revolutionary, more not experimental, but more new. It's a more modern take on cinema than like The Taste of Things, if that makes sense. But The Taste of Things still very good. I mean, I enjoyed myself, but yeah, it's too bad. The French made a bad call, but The Taste of Things is still very good. So that is my review of Taste of Things. It's great. It's a great French movie with some great French performances, yeah, go see it. The Taste of Things. Do you have any awareness of The Taste of Things, Siobhan?
Not until just a few minutes ago when you started talking about this film.
Yeah, starring Juliette Binoche. She's amazing in it. I think that's the only name you might recognize, because other than that, a lot of French actors and actresses. Go on.
Did it taste good?
You're asking me if the movie tasted good.
Yeah.
What's funny is, I was watching this at the Draft House movie theater that has food, right? You can order food and they bring it to you in the middle of the movie. I swear, watching the first 20 minutes, because the first 20 minutes of the movie, it's an extended cooking sequence. Like, Juliette Binoche plays the cook. She makes like 4 or 5 courses of food and a dessert.
And you see all that food and you ring the bell by your seat, say, "Garçon,
Garçon, give me some French fries." It's like bar food they serve at the Draft House, by the way. And I made sure to eat before watching the movie. I did not want to eat while watching this movie. But I swear, Siobhan, like they were roasting like a turkey or something in the movie in the first 20 minutes. I swear I could smell it. I'm sure it was smelling like somebody's like
vape.
Vape? No.
Turkey flavored vape.
I'm sure it was smelling somebody's like hamburger, but I guess my brain interpreted it as like smelling the food on screen. It was a hell of a feeling. Maybe it was having a stroke, a very mild stroke, but I could smell the food on screen, which I know is not possible. But anyway, it's an effective film. That's The Taste of Things. I'm done talking. This is it. That is what I've been watching. Can we move on? Can we just keep going, Siobhan?
I think we can keep this train rolling.
Yeah. It's time for the movie of the week. Here it is.
Movie of the week. Wink, wink.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. So we decided to do, or I guess I decided to do, Best Actor, Best Actress in one episode. I should look that up. Yeah. Again, not too many films won both.
I'm curious. What are all of them?
Let me Google that. But as I do that, talk about The Silence of the Lambs, Siobhan. You go first. The Silence of the Lambs. That's the movie of the week. Your thoughts, quick impressions.
We watched Silence of the Lambs this week. Our winners are Anthony Hopkins for Best Actor and Jodie Foster for Best Actress. And those wins are well-deserved. God damn, are they good. Holy shit. Jodie with her little accent. And Anthony with his fucking whatever the fuck he's doing. It's so goddamn good. I was watching this... like it's scary, it's unnerving, it's everything that you want a horror film to be, and it is also this fantastic procedural drama that is so riveting to follow. Oh goddamn, is it good? I was even watching I was watching it with a watered down like TV edit
How'd you do that?
The only way I could find it is by searching on cable. Okay. Or at least I searched it on cable and I found it, and that was the first thing I tried, so I just went with it. And it took me a while to realize what was happening. Anyway, so the movie was 8 minutes shorter, and that includes like commercials.
Sure.
So it was only 150 instead of 158 with commercials.
I wonder what they cut out.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I haven't seen this since I was a pretty young child. This was one of those movies that was like, I saw this when I was like way too young, but it was one that got me interested in what movies are. For some reason, like my reaction wasn't, Vince Vaughn is currently getting raped, by the way. My reaction was not, was not like fear that this character was dead. My reaction was like, ooh, why is he not, like, how is he not breathing? Like, how did they achieve that effect? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, these are your thoughts as a kid watching it?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like I was like more into like the filmmaking side of it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Than I was thinking it was real, and I was scared. You know.
Yeah.
And anyway,
so you saw this at like 18 is what you were talking about?
Yeah. No, this was last year.
Oh, okay.
No, so just a few notes. One of the best, probably the best. No. One of the best, I'll say, start with one of the best TV edit things, because they didn't have cursing. I think it was Hannibal like hissed at Clarice or something, like when they were like outside transporting Hannibal, and or he said something to her, and then like her superior, the police chief or whatever, he yelled at him, "You stupid bully." Instead of whatever else he was supposed to say. It's probably like, "You motherfucker," or something like that.
Yeah.
And then also during the famous goodbye horses scene, "Would you have me? I'd have me. I'd have me hard. I'd have me so hard."
Of course, Ted Levine is saying "fuck" instead of "have" in that scene. Yeah.
Let's see. Transsexuals are very passive. I don't know if I agree with that.
That's something said in the movie.
They call Buffalo Bill a fake transsexual, and it's just because he hates himself so much that he thinks he's a woman. I have got some news for the writer of this about transsexuals. And then, there's a lot of small touches in the movie, like like when they're inspecting the dead body and they put the Vaseline under their nose.
Oh yeah.
Like that's just, what a great touch. Like I've never seen that in anything else. And like, that totally makes sense. Obviously they would do that.
Yeah. Is it Vaseline, or is it like some sort of like, I always thought it was like a menthol sort of thing. Like
no, Vaseline's not the word I'm looking for. Vapo.
Yeah. Like Vapo rub. Yeah.
Vicks.
That's it. That's
what I meant to say. And then the other thing is, my mom loves this movie to death. I watched it with her, and she was able to point out every single thing that was missing, and she knew every line from the movie. Like she knew absolutely every single line, and she knew everything that was missing and like what they cut and what they changed. Yeah,
that's funny.
It was really fun watching it with her that way.
Yeah, your mom and I have something in common, because rewatching this today, it feels like I knew every line.
Oh yeah.
This movie I've loved for a very long time. As a kid, I watched this as a kid, like on, I think, TCM. That was my first time watching it. I think maybe in middle school or maybe first year high school. So kind of young, not too young. And I read the book. I read the Sons of the Lamb book. I read Hannibal, the sequel. I read Red Dragon. I was totally into the Hannibal Lecter series, the movies and the books. And this movie is in my brain forever. And it was a surprise to me to realize that when I logged it today, I gave it 5 out of 5. I've had this movie at 4.5 for the longest time. I'm like, no, this is a 5-star movie for me. This is a classic. And yeah, I mean, like you were mentioning, Siobhan, some of it has not aged well, but I think for the most part, it's obviously so influential. It's. I don't think we would have had something like the X-Files, or I'm trying to think of like other things they influenced, like any crime procedural, really.
Yeah, just like how anything like SVU works.
Yeah,
like it's just, it stems from this, obviously.
Yeah. And there are a lot of like things in this movie that other movies like try to replicate. This really did like set a standard for, serial killer movies, procedurals, a lot of things. So it's a classic.
It's amazing this won Best Picture. Like
it's a miracle. So okay, let's talk about the Oscars of this year, of the year this came out. Before I do that, here's the list. Movies that won Best Actor and Best Actress for the same movie. So first one was It Happened One Night in 1934 with Claudia Colbert and Clark Gable. 1975, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Louise Fletcher and Jack Nicholson. 1976, 1 year later, Network with Faye Dunaway and Peter Finch. 1978, Coming Home with Jane Fonda and Jon Voight. 1981, On Golden Pond with Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda. 1991, The Sons of the Lambs with Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. And finally, hasn't happened since this, 1997, As Good as It Gets with Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson, which is a movie I want to rewatch. I saw that movie in the year 2000, and I still remember a lot of it. I think I own it, As Good as It Gets. Anyway, the Oscars, the 64th Annual Academy Awards, they took place March 30th, 1992, hosted by Billy Crystal. Now, Siobhan, here's the question.
Billy.
Can you name the movie that won Best Picture for the Oscars of this year?
Silence of the Lambs.
You win. You got it.
Yes.
Yes. It is, like you were saying, it is amazing that this won Best Picture. I'm glad it did.
Did Jonathan Demme win Director?
Best Director. Jonathan Demme for The Silence of the Lambs.
Fantastic stuff.
You love to see it. I sincerely do. Let me go through the Best Picture nominees.
Yeah, go.
Silence of the Lambs.
What else we got?
Lambs won. It won over Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Bugsy, JFK, and The Prince of Tides.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about Bugsy or Prince of Tides, but like I think Beauty and the Beast and JFK being nominated, that's a cool lineup.
Yeah, it's a hell of a year. But yeah, Demme won Best Director, Actor, Actress, of course, Hopkins, Foster. Best Supporting Actor, Jack Palance, City Slickers. I think this is the ceremony where he did the one-arm push-up.
Oh, damn, yeah, nice.
Good one. Best Supporting Actress, Mercedes Ruehl, The Fisher King. Best Original Screenplay, Thelma and Louise. Best Adapted Screenplay, Silence of the Lambs. And yeah, those are the big ones. Going through Terminator 2, one for Best Sound Effects. Beauty and the Beast, one for Best Score, Best Original Song. And of course, JFK, one for Best Cinematography and Best Film Editing. Remember that? Remember we covered that like 3 months ago?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And JFK.
Yeah. JFK. All right.
Who killed that man? We got to figure that out.
You know what? We got to do JFK 2. We got to come back and just watch that movie again.
Well, we got to watch that JFK Revisited documentary that Oliver made.
Of course. We as part of our Stone Watch, our Stone retrospective.
Stone Watch this week. No update. Sorry.
No update. Sorry, I have not seen a Stone film either. So back to Silence of the Lambs. This movie is amazing. Have you seen any of the sequels or prequels, Siobhan?
Manhunter, I watched for the first time last year. Dug the hell out of it. Really fun.
Great.
And I watched it for this. I'm not going to mention it. So Manhunter, I really, really liked a lot. It's another kind of a really tight thriller, and great performances. And the only other one I've seen is I saw Hannibal Rising in a theater when I was a kid, and that's the last time I saw it.
I think you did tell me that, which is a weird thing for you to do.
My mom loved Silence of the Lambs. Okay.
Oh,
well, and I went with her to the new Hannibal movie. You know?
Okay, that does make sense. But you haven't seen the 2001 Hannibal or Red Dragon?
Seen Hannibal or Red Dragon, no.
Wow.
But you know what? I think I'm going to try to search them out, especially now.
But what about the TV show?
I watched a few episodes of the TV show, and it wasn't hitting me at the time, but I will try it again.
Try it again. I grew up loving the Hannibal Lecter series, and as much as I love Manhunter, as much as Red Dragon sort of gets the book right, I think Hannibal the TV show is the best adaptation of that Red Dragon story that Manhunter does, and of course Red Dragon the movie does. Other than Anthony Hopkins, I think Mads Mikkelsen is the best Hannibal, which is like, yeah, I mean, you've got Brian Cox in the mix too, which Brian Cox doesn't do much in Manhunter.
He's just not in the movie enough.
Yeah, he's not in it enough. But Mads Mikkelsen gives Anthony Hopkins a run for his money in portraying Hannibal. And
whoever the Hannibal Rising kid is.
That's a movie I have not seen. That's the only one I have not seen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I say, yeah, give Hannibal the TV show another watch. And also, I mean, yeah, I have my problems with Red Dragon, the movie. It's kind of a rough watch, but it's got a hell of a cast. Edward Norton as Will Graham is good, but I forget who plays Will Graham on the TV show. Hugh Dancy, I think that's his name. He's okay. So you got William Peterson in Manhunter playing Will Graham. You got Edward Norton playing Will Graham in Red Dragon, and you got Hugh Dancy playing Will Graham in Hannibal the TV show. I mean, I'd give it to Hugh Dancy. I think he's great in that TV show. So, but it's such a weird. It's weird that we have so many like adaptations and movies based on these books, Red Dragon in particular, and also Hannibal. It's weird that he has his own franchise. But I don't know. As much as I love the TV show, though, and some of the other movies, nothing really beats Silence of the Lambs. Let's go back to Silence of the Lambs. The moments that really creep me out watching it now this time, like you mentioned it, like when they were doing the autopsy and putting like the stuff under their nose. That I don't know why that creeped me out more this time than previous times, but that did. And like when they pulled out the cocoon from the dead body's throat, and you hear like a bit of air come out as they pull it out.
Yeah.
Ugh, that is rough to watch. But again, it feels like they were. It's not that they're doing something new, but like they're doing something in this movie that you don't really see, like grounded in the realism, and spending so much time doing like this autopsy in this one scene. Another movie could have just like skipped over it or focused on like more of the horror, but that in its own is like a great horror scene. It's great. What else do you love about this movie, Siobhan?
Just all the wacky, fun characters.
The wacky. Oh, what a cast!
Production design's really good. The cube that they keep Hannibal in.
Oh yeah.
I do have a little bit of a. I would probably personally call Anthony Hopkins a supporting actor, as much as he is in the movie.
Yeah, I'll just say maybe I should Google this. I think he might have the least screen time of a lead actor who won the Oscar. I'll look that up. But yeah, he's not in it a lot for a lead actor.
Yeah, But still, that's the semantics. Like, he is just, he's so gross and skeevy, and like it's not what I think of when I think of Anthony Hopkins. Like, it just shows how good of an actor he is. You know.
Okay, here I just found a website that it's the website is called Screen Time Central. So percentage wise, Anthony Hopkins is in 21% of Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
That comes out to 24 minutes in the movie. There's only one other actor who won Best Actor that is in the movie less than Hopkins. It's David Niven in a movie called Separate Tables, which I need to Google because I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. But it must have been a great performance.
But going back to Hopkins, I was listening to, funnily enough, a podcast about the movie Hannibal from 2001, and they were talking about I mean, the production of Hannibal, the sequel to Silence of the Lambs, was it felt like if Hopkins didn't sign on to play Hannibal again in that movie would not have happened, because they ended up recasting Judy Foster. Julianne Moore plays Clarice in Hannibal. Of course, they got a new
not come back. She won an Oscar.
But
Timing.
the thing is, like, she was offered so much money. I mean, that's a big reason why Hopkins signed up to do the sequel, is because they gave him, I think, $10 million.
Jesus Christ.
And Jodie Foster was like, according to this is like a game of telephone, but on the podcast I was listening to, which I'll shout out, it's with Gorley and Rust. They're doing a Hannibal series currently, and I'm listening to the Hannibal movie podcast episode. Anyway, they said, according to their notes, that Jodie Foster did not want to come back to do the sequel because of two things. One, she did not like the script. Famously, Hannibal, the book, is weird and kind of bad, and the script for the movie also weird, not great. So she's like, yeah, don't want to do that script. Also, she says she did not want to kind of just ruin, not ruin, but like cast a shadow on her performance in Silence of the Lambs. She just wanted to just do it once and say, okay, go win the Oscar for it. I don't want to go back to this character and kind of ruin it. So I get that perspective, even though she said if she had taken the role, she would have earned more money for one movie than all of her other movies combined. So they were like giving her, like, they're offering her so much money, and she just chose to pass, which I'm like, okay, I respect that. Same thing with Demi, because Demi was like, no, I'm not going to do it. He could have done it and made a lot of money, but he chose not to. Screenwriter for Silence of the Lambs also passed on Hannibal. So Hannibal's a weird movie. I want you to see it, Siobhan. It is very weird. The fact that Ridley Scott is the director is weird, first and foremost.
What?
Yeah, Ridley Scott directed Hannibal, the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. It does try to, I don't know if it tries too hard to kind of replicate the magic of Silence of the Lambs. It kind of does its own thing, but the fact that they even attempted a sequel is bizarre. I'll say this about Red Dragon, the movie that came out like a year after Hannibal.
Yeah, it came out a year later, where they just like, fuck it, go.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as Hannibal was done.
I think they wanted to do it as quickly as possible because they were like, okay, Anthony Hopkins is not getting any younger, and he's supposed to play, a younger version of himself, because it takes place, before Silence of the Lambs. So who did they get to direct that movie? Brett Ratner.
No. Oh no.
But that cast is great. Off the top of my head, you got Philip Seymour Hoffman, Ray Fiennes, Ed Norton. Who else is in that? Fuck. I'll pull up the cast list. The strange thing about that movie, Siobhan, is that they really, like, Ridley Scott doing Hannibal. He kind of does his own thing. He's like, okay, fuck it, I'll do a horror movie, whatever. Brett Ratner, on the other hand, he tries to replicate the vibe, the look. Like, he tries to do a carbon copy of Sense of the Lambs.
So he's a hack. Weird.
He's a hack. Brett Ratner fucking sucks. The worst picked to do that movie. It's worth a watch, though, I will say, because it is, in terms of, comparing Manhunter versus Red Dragon, the movie does get the book right for the most part, except for one terrible change at the end, which I won't get into. After seeing Red Dragon, you'll go, I just want to watch Silence of the Lambs again, because that's what he tries to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I guess going back to the point I was trying to make, Anthony Hopkins being in now 3 Hannibal Lecter movies, he's having a good time. He's having a ball. You can definitely see it in Silence of the Lambs, but he also you can tell he was earning his paycheck and also just having fun playing Hannibal and Red Dragon. So I don't know. I can't see those movies. It's not that they all work perfectly well, but I can't see them being enjoyable without Hopkins. So that's Hopkins. But yeah, I mean, Jodie Foster, she's done amazing work throughout her whole career. That's an understatement, and maybe this is my favorite role of hers.
Oh yeah, I mean, have you watched True Detective Night Country?
Finally, we're going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So, did you watch all of that? Did you watch all True Detective?
Yep, I watched all of True Detective Night Country.
All right, so for those wanting to know, because I want to know what you thought of it, because it's okay. Before you get into it, here I've heard mixed things. About 50% of the people who I follow who've been watching the show, they're like, it's great, as good as season 1. Other half of the feed, they go, this is terrible. This is the worst thing we've ever seen. Bad. Now, where do you lie, Siobhan? Is it great, or is it one of the worst things you've ever seen?
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Really?
I cannot understand saying this is great.
Why is it so bad? Without spoiling it, because maybe people are watching it, but why is it bad? It looks good on the face of it.
The character work is terrible. These characters fucking suck. They're all unlikable. They're all shitty and not in a fun to watch way. I don't understand what any of their motivations are, why they do what they do. I don't understand. The show is supposed to, the mystery should be a part of the show, at least. Do you think the central case should be a bigger part of the show? But they kind of abandon it for 3 episodes or something, and then suddenly it's the season finale. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? What have we done to advance this plot in any way? How is this going to wrap up? And then it wraps up in the least satisfying way possible.
Jesus.
And it's just a mess. It is such a mess. It feels like it was cut short because it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
It feels like it's something that was cut short, but not only was it cut short, it was cut short by, let's say, 13 episodes to 6.
Uh-oh.
So much is barely touched on and then never talked about again, and it just, oh man, it is confounding. But is it worth watching? I think so. Especially if you liked especially if you're already on the True Detective train, watch it. But it is a bizarre thing, really. It's one of the most confounding seasons of TV I have ever watched. Now,
a reason why I would want to see it is because of Jodie Foster. And doesn't she play a similar character as her Clarice Starling in True Detective this season?
She's she's harder. She's kind of a bitch,
Yeah, because I've heard and seen people say, this is kind of like if Clarice Starling was in True Detective after having.
I wish it was like that. I do not think it's like that.
Well, damn. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now I'm less interested in seeing it. I should catch up on Curb instead of watching True Detective.
Okay, fair enough. I think it's worth watching, but it's a bizarre fucking show, dude.
But yeah, the thing for me is also I haven't seen anything True Detective other than season 1. So I hear season 2 is good. Haven't heard too many people talk about season 3. That's season 3 is with Mahershala Ali, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, season 1 is great, and then season 2, it's my favorite, but it's really different, and you kind of have to get on its wavelength. But once you do, I think it's great. It's another one that's confounding and weird, but I think it gets to an amazing place. 3 is unambitious, but it's still good, 3, okay. They're trying to just recreate 1, and they do it, and it's good, but it's just unambitious. And 4 is, I guess, ambitious as hell, just like 2, but it's a mess that I did not like as much as the mess of 2.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That's our review of True Detective Night Country. Is that what it's called?
Yep,
Night Country, starring Academy Award-winning actress Jodie Foster. Clarice Starling, Silence of the Lambs. You got Scott Glenn, you got Ted Levine, you got Anthony Held. What a cast. Chris Isaac, George A. Romero, Chris Isaac. Why say his name twice? Roger Corman is in this. It's like Demi just put his friends in this movie, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's wild.
But yeah, what else do you want to say about Silence of the Lambs before we close this out, Siobhan?
I think I'm good. I think I've got all my thoughts out there.
Yeah. One little my only note here at the end is one thing I noticed this time. One of the things I found that I didn't notice before was Ted Levine's character, Buffalo Bill. He has swastikas on his bed sheets.
Yeah, I did notice that too.
I'm like, wait, what? Are we supposed to surmise that he's
is that
a neo-Nazi
character?
And then I also saw a neo-Nazi poster at one point too, in his basement dungeon. But yeah, I guess that adds a not new layer, because I'm sure people have caught this before, but it adds a new layer for me. I'm like, what? He's a Nazi? I guess that sort of, I know that the trans / anti-transness of it all, that's one thing that doesn't age well. But maybe they had some foresight to think maybe we'll just make him a Nazi too, to kind of say, hey, not all trans people like this. Only trans Nazis are. But I don't know. It's a weird choice in that they don't really delve into that. You kind of have to just surmise oh, he's a Nazi too. All right, but that's it. Those are all the notes I have for Silence of the Lambs. Great movie. Siobhan? Question mark.
Great movie. One of the best pictures I can think of.
Exactly. Yes. That is done. Look at us. Just going through these. Movie of the week done. Now it's time for our favorites of the year. Best actor, best actress. We're doing 2.
Oh yeah.
I got my list. Siobhan, do you have your list?
Marcelo, do I have my list? You don't even have to ask.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. I just want to make sure. How do we do this?
Shit. I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Do the women go first? Do the men go first? Do I go first?
How about the women go first? No. The men go first.
The men. Yes.
The men. And then we save the best for last. So
Ladies second.
So that means I go first with best actor.
Yes.
I think that's how it works out.
There we
right?
go. Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to make sure.
Oh, interesting. 5. You got 5 choices this week?
For best actor, yes.
That's unique.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I can't rank these. I usually rank them, but I can't rank these. I don't know why, but I can't do it. So these are not in any order.
Okay.
Okay, but I have 5 best actor picks from me, Marcelo Pico, in the year 2023. Okay, here they are. Pick number 1, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. It's tough for me. I'm rooting for Giamatti on one hand to win the Oscar because I think, of course, he's had a hell of a career, and it's not that it's not. So, and this is not. If he does win, it's not going to be one of those like makeup awards. I think
this is a good performance for him to win for.
Yes, I think so. We are in agreement here. It's a solid Giamatti performance. It showcases a lot of what makes him a great actor. Say what you will about the movie itself, but I think his performance in it, yeah, I loved it. So that's my first pick, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Pick number 2, might as well talk about him, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. He's going head to head with Giamatti for the Best Actor Oscar. I'd be happy if either one won. Similar to Giamatti, Cillian Murphy has had a hell of a career. He's still having a hell of a career. No past tense. And this is the best I've seen him in. And this is the best performance I've seen him in, is Oppenheimer. It's an obvious statement, but I can't see another actor playing this role in this movie, Oppenheimer. I can't shake the feeling that's sort of a magical thing where this actor and this director have worked together for so long, for almost 20 years, and then finally Cillian Murphy has the lead role in Nolan's movie for Oppenheimer and gives a performance of a lifetime, and that's what it is. So Cillian Murphy, my number 2 pick, Oppenheimer. Number 3 pick, let's go with Jason Schwartzman, Asteroid City. It's a surprising performance, I think, for Schwartzman in my book, in Asteroid City, because I think it is his most understated of any of the Wes Anderson movies he's been in, which he's been in most of them. It's quiet, it's somber, but it's just so effective. And I think you mentioned it before, Siobhan, and also we've mentioned it, I think, with, I forget who else we talked about it with, but that final scene with Schwartzman and Margot Robbie at the end of Asteroid City, I think that's the scene of the movie. That's that interaction between those two, and I can't help to think he is, and also his interaction with Adrian Brody, too, at the end, of him trying to understand the role he's playing in Asteroid City. It's I don't know. It feels like a real performance from a true actor. Again, in the very Wes Anderson sort of meta way that I've described before. That I'm it does feel like on one hand he's performing as his character Schwartzman, but also maybe it's also Schwartzman trying to understand his role in the movie, which I love that meta feel. Anyway, I loved him in it. So that's my I think I said 3rd pick. Yes. 4th pick. Let's go with Zac Efron, The Iron Claw.
Woo.
Yeah, this is the one I've been pushing for. I really wanted him to be a Best Actor nominee. I know there's no chance of him ever winning one for this role. I knew there was no chance of him winning, but I wanted him to be nominated. Anyway, it's an outstanding performance. Speaking of performances, a performance of a career. It's this is the best I've seen him in, and he does things in this movie that I have not seen him do before. I knew he was a great actor, period. He's a comedic performer, but I don't think I've seen him do drama this well before. And that final scene with him in Iron Claw, I still think about it. I think people were sharing that online too. I'm I get it. It's a great final scene of a movie, but don't spoil it for people. And I hope over time this movie does get more and more people on its side, and I think I can already see kind of the maybe not a cult following, but like an understanding of like, yeah, this is a movie that missed out on major awards, but over time we'll find its fan base, its supporters, and I'm one of them. And Zac Efron, Jesus, yeah, again, incredible. So hopefully a lot more people see the movie and see him for the amazing actor he is. So that's my number 4 pick. My number 1, again in no order, but he's maybe number 1 in my book. Channing Tatum, Magic Mike's Last Dance. Magic Mike 3 is my favorite movie of the year. So it's not that I have to do this. I sincerely believe Channing Tatum, as Mike in the Magic Mike movies, like that's like these movies are written for him, by his writing partner, friend. I forget his name. I'll look it up in a bit. But yeah, they're vehicles for him. So he's able to do things that I think are not necessarily outside his comfort zone, but really do like extend his acting abilities. And Magic Mike's Last Dance, I think, really does say, okay, let's dive into the character of Magic Mike. Let's dig deep as we ever have before and create a romance, create a story that just connects people to Magic Mike. And I think it's successful. It's a touching story. But also, Channing Tatum, he gives it his all in Magic Mike's Last Dance. But he's been giving it his all in all the Magic Mike movies. So, yeah, I think he is a little underappreciated as Magic Mike. He's not only a hot body, but he's a great actor. And he does some amazing things in Magic Mike's Last Dance. Not only physically, that dance in the rain on stage at the end, that alone, I think, is worthy of saying that's a hell of a performance. But also everything he does with Salma Hayek and that romance. It's like, God, yeah. I wouldn't love Last Dance as much if it wasn't for Channing Tatum continuing to be such an incredible performer, and the story within Last Dance being so effective. So all of that saying, Channing Tatum and Magic Mike's Last Dance is one of my favorite performances of the year, and that closes out my top 5. The end.
Excellent list, Marcelo. Good stuff. Good shit.
Thank you.
I love your picks.
I'm sure I'll love your picks once you say them, Siobhan.
Perhaps we might share a few. Who knows?
Oh, we'll see.
Who knows? Okay, I'm going to start out my number 5. Joel Edgerton, Master Gardener.
Oh, wow.
This is his best by far. Old Joel Edgerton, great performer, but he blew me away here, and it's through. This is a very, very complex character, and he plays it so understated and so subtle and real. Like he's a quiet guy. He's very short with his words, and he's got a lot wrestling inside of him, and he just keeps that at bay. He keeps it locked inside. And there are moments in the movie where he has to let it out, and they're absolutely phenomenal. Joel Edgerton and Master Gardener. My number 4, Keanu Reeves in John Wick Chapter 4. Dude, Keanu is so fucking physical and committed to this role, and like, this feels like the most realized version of John Wick. Like, Keanu just gets it. He's played this character 4 times. He 100% gets this character. His line delivery is perfect, but it's more about his commitment to the stunt work and stuff like that, where you can see this is Keanu Reeves doing these things. It's phenomenal. It's like what he does is so physical and exciting, and like, this will not be our last seeing of him as this character. We will see him once more in Ballerina. I hope perhaps we see this character again. Maybe we probably won't, but I don't know. But it's a great send off. with an amazing performance. I think I read that like this is the John Wick film where he says the least words, and it's the longest one, and his performance is still just so good. Yeah. Number 3, Zac Efron in The Iron Claw. Yep.
What?
Yep.
No way.
Yep. I can steal one of Marcelo's. Yeah, I was so enraptured by this performance. He's so physical and committed. Like he feels like a wrestler from the 80s. Like he's doing that style perfectly. He really beefed up and made himself look perfect for this role. And like he comes off as like a wrestler. He's that good at it. And but then at the same time, he's got this simple country boy, very, very, very reserved emotionally person, repressed even, but like he just does not show much emotion. Yeah, it's fantastic what he does. Number 2, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, pretty damn good. I was shocked by how physical this role is. This is something you didn't mention, I don't think. Where like the stress that it looks like he is under throughout almost the entire movie. I would not be surprised if Cillian Murphy took a year off his life doing this for how much stress he was in. I mean, yeah, I echo everything you said. This is the role of a lifetime, and he absolutely nailed it. Cillian Murphy, one of my absolute favorite actors. Such a loaded character to take on. He does it with such gusto. Number 1, Tobin Bell in Saw X.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Much like Keanu Reeves, this is a guy that has been playing this character for a long time, although this one is for 20 years. And he knows this character of John Kramer, a.k.a. Jigsaw.
Jigsaw's back.
So well. Jigsaw's back. So well, top to bottom. He fully embodies him, and he is finally given like the screen time and time that he deserves to play this character. And he's just phenomenal at it. He does so many emotional monologues that really get you into his headspace, into the headspace of this twisted killer. And a lot of them, I like watching the behind the scenes shit on the Blu-ray. Like a lot of it is, not all of it, but like there's a good amount of it that's like improv. And Tobin Bell had a lot of input into the script. Like he just knows this character front to back and clearly loves it, and he gives it his absolute all when he is given his best chance to date to play this character. Tobin Bell, Saw X, number 1.
Good picks as always.
Thank you.
I may have fucked up big time because I probably should have done an honorable mention for Tobin Bell. Yes, we've known him for so long as his character, but now it's like his time to just say, yeah, it's my time to shine. Here's the best of me. Playing a mass murderer. not mass murderer, a serial killer, whatever. But
a serial killer.
Yeah. But yeah, great picks.
No, he never killed anyone.
That's right. And we cover it in the Saw commentaries we recorded for the Talk Film Society Patreon. Go listen to those. We dig deep.
He actually gave people another chance at a better life.
Exactly. Okay? Yeah. All right. Best Actress. Okay. I guess I should go first with Best Actress. Is that all right with you, Siobhan?
Please, Marcelo. I would love you to do that.
Okay. So I have a major correction that was actually pointed out to me by Siobhan off mic. I apparently put Salma Hayek in the Best Supporting Actress category months ago. Now, I looked back at my notes and saw I put her there. She should be in Best Actress. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that. I fucked up big time. Let's just say this. Fine. If she's Best Supporting Actress, whatever. I'll just make her a honorable mention for Best Actress here.
You can make her you don't have to do an honorable mention. You can make her number 1 right now if you want.
No. She's an honorable mention. because I do have a top 5 now. Okay. And just to recap, I do have my notes app here, and I think we recorded on December 5th the Best Supporting Actress episode. And I had her with Julianne Moore, Tilda Swinton, Scarlett Johansson, and Da'Vine Joy Randolph. So, yeah. I'm an idiot, is what I'm trying to say. But I do have a top 5. Best Actress. Oh, and these are unranked. Just to clarify once more. Unranked top 5. Pick number 1. Michelle Williams, Showing Up. Understated performance, but one that was really effective for me. She portrays an artist, I think, pretty well in the like inner struggle, everything around her, not only like her family she has to deal with, but her living situation, like jealousy, all of that. It's all internal for Williams, but in the end, God, is it just so I'll say relatable to me, and powerful, but she does it all by being just very quiet, reserved, understated. So I do love her in Showing Up. So that's my first pick for Best Actress. Next pick, Margot Robbie, Barbie. She's Barbie. She plays a doll. She plays plastic. But yeah, she's the most human performance I've ever seen in my life. No, I'm exaggerating. Wow. It's a fantastic comedic performance. But yeah, I do think she's one of the best performances of the year. Because I mean, I'm in love with Margot Robbie, the performer, because she just can do it all. Like, and she does it all so well. She plays the aloof here so well, like kind of like happy in her ignorance at the beginning of the movie, but as she embraces the facts that, you know, humanity, the fact that there's so much like warmth and darkness and death, you know, in grasping the human spirit. You see, she portrays that, like she feels that, and I think it's because Margot Robbie is an amazing actress that movie works. Who cares if Ken gets more things to do? Who gives a fuck? But Margot Robbie, in her limited role as the lead actress in Barbie, yeah, she gets the job done. She's an amazing performer. Next pick, Natalie Portman, May December. Oh. She's the lead in May December. I know that. Okay. And it's a hell of a thing, because she, and I can see why the Oscars were like, get the fuck out of here. We're not going to recognize you, Natalie Portman, playing an actress in a movie that is making, you know, it's pointing its satirical finger at the acting industry, at how vapid the whole thing is. And yeah, similar to, like the other movies this year, in 2023 that dealt with acting, like Asteroid City, you know, it kind of like opens a lens of like what it means to be an actor, but in a more cynical way than Asteroid City. And it's Portman's willingness to just do, I'll say it, lack of a better word, insane things on screen. Then I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of spicy stuff I'm into. And I've said this before, that final scene in May December just you know, it encapsulates my love of the movie and that theme of the movie. Portman being part of like a, you know, crappy made for TV level film after having gone through everything she's gone through in the movie. Fantastic performance by Portman. Next pick, Greta Lee, Past Lives. A movie that made me cry. A movie that did not make Siobhan cry. But I think we can both agree Greta Lee is Greta Great in Past Lives.
Greta Lee.
Thank you. Her character like walks the line of when we are in present day, when she has these two men, you know, on either side of her, on either side of her, like her past love and her current love. Not, well, at one point, literally at a bar, but figuratively, emotionally, she has these two men. She's not. You think like she's gonna make the choice of like, oh, which one I'm gonna be with, but it's very rational. Take on this situation, and grittily up to a point, like, is this like stable, rational person? But then when she breaks, I break, like the audience breaks. People cry in the lobby, as I've said before, after seeing this movie. Because at the very end, she I guess finally accepts that, yeah, it's heartbreaking, the situation she's in. But man, like for the most part, you're like, yeah, like she's strong, she knows what she's doing, but really in that situation, not many people know what to do or how to feel. So very relatable. Her character in Past Lives. So that's my pick, fourth pick. Last pick, I'll say this is my number one. Because really, there's no denying. I want her to win the Oscar. Like, it's a performance that just stuck with me. One of my favorite new actresses now, after having seen this. I need to go back and watch the rest of her work. Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon. To put a face on, like, the innocent people that have the evil done to them in the movie. To put one face on that... Like that, she kind of holds her. She holds her own in portraying that like one face, and we see other faces too. But she's the lead. She's the one who we who we relate to the most because we spend the most time with her, and we go through most things with her. Having her go through the poisoning, the death of her sisters, just everything she goes through. It's like, Jesus, she does so much to convey the pain of her people in the movie as a character. And yeah, I don't know. That's as much as I'll say. If I say any more, I'll sound stupid. But Lily Gladstone, yeah, my favorite, female performance of the year. Killers of the Flower Moon. There, done.
Love it.
Thank you, Siobhan.
Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna get into mine now, if that's okay.
I'll allow it.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, I suppose I should give an honorable mention to Salma Hayek. I'm sorry for putting you as my number one best supporting actress.
I think we both fucked up.
Number 5, I'm going to echo you. I'm going to say Michelle Williams and Showing Up. Really great stuff. Really subtle. Really, she's frazzled all the time, and it's kind of fun to watch. And it's a great performance. Number 4, this one's a little out there. I'm saying Sydney Sweeney in Reality.
What?
This is an HBO original movie about Reality Winner, who leaked a lot of classified documents from the government and went to prison for it. This is a movie this is the best HBO original movie I've ever seen. And it's still, it's not amazing, but it's good. It takes place in real time over 90 minutes as like the FBI show up to search her house, and she's just kind of there and like being like scared, nervous, kind of paranoid, talking to the officers. It's a very realistic performance. She's just really, really, really good in it. It's something that has stuck with me since I saw it like early last year.
Can I say something, Siobhan?
Yeah.
I did not know this movie existed until you mentioned it, because I thought there was only going to be one Reality Winner movie coming out.
Is there another one?
Yeah, there's another one coming out. I think later this year, with Emilia Jones playing Reality Winner. And the only reason I know this is coming out is because one of my favorite actresses working today, Catherine Newton, is playing Brittany Winner, which I believe is her sister. But yeah, that's coming out later this year.
All right, well, let's see how she does at that. We've got two different reality winners.
One's called Winner. The other's called Reality. Not joking.
Perfect. Okay, number 3, Julia Roberts in Leave the World Behind. I keep recommending this movie. It's fantastic. Julia Roberts, this is the best she has been in a long time. I swear to God. She is playing this paranoid, pearl-clutching, white suburban mom, like that exact stereotype that you'd expect. She's selfish, overly protective, mildly racist. It is a surprising performance from Julia Roberts, I think, and I just loved her so much in the movie. I was captivated by her the whole time. Number 2, Margaret Qualley in Sanctuary.
Oh boy.
Sexy film.
I gotta see
a sexy, sensual performance from Margaret Qualley as a dominatrix. Yeah, she's playing that role and she fucking commands the screen. She owns everything. Her best actor counterpart, Christopher Abbott in Sanctuary, also does a fantastic job. I would have put him in honorable mentions. But she's the one that really owns everything. And God damn, is she good? That's a performance that'll stick with you, and maybe it'll help you out some nights.
Okay.
Marcelo, my number 1 pick is going to be Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yep,
she's an absolute revelation. I don't want to forget the early moments of the movie where she's just so sweet and cute and lovely.
Yeah.
Before everything turns to horror. Like she has such a wide range of emotions she has to show in this film, and she has to lead this $200 million fucking Martin Scorsese film opposite Leonardo DiCaprio. She's never had a role this big, I don't think, right?
No.
And she owns it so hard that she is what you come away with. She is who you are thinking about when those credits roll. Is what she went through, and that performance sticks with you so fucking hard. She is just it blew me away. Unbelievable. And everything Marcelo said, I say that too. Okay, those are my top 5 best actresses of the year.
Of the week.
Of the week. We do this every week.
Thank you, Siobhan. Thank you, me. We did it. 20 amazing. Well, actually, we crossed over, so I don't know what the count would be. But we had 20 picks. So, I think that's it. I think we've got 2023 covered. No more talk about best actor or best actress. No more other opinions to talk about. We can move on to the next segment. Now, here comes.
No, Marcelo, hold on.
What are you talking about?
Marcelo, we have the talkfilmsociety.com/Discord where I ask all of our people in there to also give us their picks.
What?
You forgot.
No. I must have.
Yes.
Speaking of Chris Nolan, I must have memento disease where I just keep forgetting. I need to tattoo this on my body. I need to tattoo the link. What's the link again?
Talkfilmsociety.com/Discord. I went into our Talk Awards channel and asked for both the best male and female lead performances from last year.
All right, here we go.
Our very first one. The minute I posted, we got Tara coming in. She says hot. We got Tara. She's so hot. And she comes in with Cillian Murphy and Lily Gladstone. And she says the movies should be obvious. They're not obvious.
Here we go. Yeah. It would be helpful if you put the movies along with the performers.
I don't know what they are.
Cillian Murphy in 28 Days Later, maybe?
Lily Gladstone, was she in other movies?
I think she was in certain. Lily Gladstone. Let me do a Google search. Gladstone, because I don't know. Like she just. I don't
know. I really don't.
Tara just left it open. It's like could be.
They should be obvious. Is that a clue, maybe?
So it could be First Cow. It could be certain women. It could be Buster's Malhart. I mean,
that's it. Buster's Malhart.
Yeah,
that's gotta be
okay,
what it
that's
is.
it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So thanks,
Thank
Tara.
you, Tara.
Or maybe her appearance on Billions, the TV show, for 6 episodes.
Wow, it could be that.
Yeah.
Noah Thompson comes in and says Cillian Murphy and Vera Drew for Sloppenheimer and the People's Joker. Marcelo, did you see Sloppenheimer?
I did see Sloppenheimer, and that's when you double feature Oppenheimer and I can't think of a SL film name. Slut. No. Slow West. Is that a movie?
Slow West with Michael Fassbender. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it's when you double feature Oppenheimer and Slow West, the Michael Fassbender Ben Mendelsohn movie.
Did you see that? It's okay. It's not great.
I remember seeing it, and Ben Mendelsohn has a good coat on. That's really all I remember.
We should mention Vera Drew is our second best friend to each other. Marcel and I are best friends, but then our second best friend is Vera Drew.
Sure.
So Noah, we appreciate you saying this.
Thank you, Noah.
Yeah, thank you, Noah. I really do appreciate any vote for Vera.
I mean, I scoff because Siobhan can say Vera Drew is her friend. I cannot say Vera Drew is my friend because
she's our second best friend.
Okay, all right. I talked to her on a podcast twice. So
Jay McMillan, Andrew Scott, and Lily Gladstone. No movies mentioned. Okay, so let's say this is Billions for Lily.
Yeah, Andrew Scott.
I don't even know who you are.
Andrew Scott, of course, played Moriarty in Sherlock.
Okay.
Starring Benedict Cumberbatch.
And
Mark
Moriarty.
Freeman.
Yeah, okay, great. So Moriarty, fantastic.
Yeah.
Finally getting recognized for Moriarty.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Sam shot first. Lead male. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Oh, friend of the site. Sam shot first.
And also, what else did he do, Siobhan?
We'll get to that. Okay. Lead male. Cillian Murphy and Oppenheimer. Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Leonardo DiCaprio, KOTFM. I believe he means Killers of the Flower Moon. Paul Giamatti in Holdovers. I believe he means The Holdovers. Now this next one, I need to put up a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Friend of the site, Sam shot first. Sam Van Haren. He used to host a podcast called Keanu Believe It.
Yeah.
A fantastic podcast where he went through the entire filmography of Keanu Reeves and he talked about all those films. I was on it 4 times. So look, the man has a bias towards Keanu Reeves.
Exactly.
So please take this pick with a grain of salt. Okay?
Asterisk.
Asterisk, yes. Sam shot first, friend of the site. He says Keanu Reeves for JWC4. I believe that's John Wick Chapter 4. I don't know. When I said it, I was completely pure. When he says it, it's a little dirty.
Pure? Okay.
Okay. So lead female is his next. Lily Gladstone, KOTFM. I believe he means Killers of the Flower Moon. Jennifer Lawrence, No Hard Feelings. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. Margot Robbie, Barbie. Haley Steinfeld, ATSV. I actually don't know what that is.
Take a wild guess.
Aqua Teen Sungerverse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay. Who is she?
I think
Is she Gwen?
I think she's Gwen.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm looking it up now. Yeah, she's the second lead, so yeah, she's Gwen.
She's Gwen. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. It's friend of the site. Now, Noah Thompson comes back. He says, okay, yeah, forgot to give the full 5 for each. So I guess he just decided he had to give 5 now instead of 2 or instead of just 1 each earlier. But we know who his number ones are. Okay, best actor, Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Andrew Scott, All of Us Strangers. Zac Efron, The Iron Claw, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers, Keanu Reeves, John Wick Chapter 4. Best Actress, Vera Drew, People's Joker, Our Second Best Friend, Natalie Portman, May December, Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Margot Robbie Barbie, Emma Stone, Poor Things. Okay, very special additional shout outs to Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction and Greta Lee in Past Lives. Talk about Emma Stone. She didn't come up, or like in the BAFTA conversation, just barely mentioned. Is she worth talking about?
Yeah, she is. I almost put her. Well, okay, It's not that I purposefully didn't put her in my top 5. She's in my honorable mentions, I guess, but I've seen that movie 3 times. Poor Things. I do like it a lot. I don't love it. It's not that I have problems with Emma Stone's performance. It's just a little weird to me that people are saying it's one of the best of the year. I think it's a solid performance, but I don't know. I don't want to get into too much detail about
blow your brains out.
Yeah, I don't want to get into too much detail about why it's not my favorite. Maybe off mic, I'll tell you, Siobhan. But I don't want to have an on mic conversation about it. So, right. If she wins the Oscar, I'll be a little upset that it's not Lily Gladstone, but it's Emma Stone. I love Emma Stone. So, yeah, that's as much as I'll say.
All right, and after Noah Thompson's comeback, Jay McMillan decides he's going to come back. He says, "Oh, my bad," and brings us 5 picks for each category. Andrew Scott, All of Us Strangers. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Zac Efron, Iron Claw. Teo Liu, Past Lives. Actress, Lily Gladstone, KOTFM, I believe he means Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Huller in Anatomy of a Fall. Emma Stone in Poor Things, Greta Lee, Past Lives, Tia Namore, Earth Mama. I don't know anything about that. Never heard of it.
I haven't either. I can talk about Sandra Huller.
Go ahead.
I think I was eager to give her more of a shout out than Emma Stone, because I think Huller in Anatomy of a Fall is, of course, I mean, everybody knows like the mystery or the conceit of Anatomy of a Fall, like, oh, did she, didn't she? And I think Huller perfectly, plays with that, and you just don't know, because she's just so great at being like relatable, and sometimes a bad person ? Sometimes, a good person ? She plays that balance of, murderer or not murderer so well. So I love Huller in Anatomy of a Fall.
All right.
By the way, Earth Mama. I do not know much about this. The premise is a pregnant single mother with 2 children in foster care embraces her Bay Area community as she fights to reclaim her family. That's Earth Mama.
Earth Mama, Earth Mama, will you be mine? My darling, the real Matt C comes in to give us his picks on time. Okay. Best Actor, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. My man, he says Tobin Bell, Saw X. Let's fucking go, Matt. Tom Cruise, Dead Reckoning. I believe he means Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Pedro Pascal in Strange Way of Life. Best Actress, Lily Gladstone, KOTFM, I believe Killer of the Flower Moon. Margot Robbie, Barbie. Jennifer Lawrence, No Hard Feelings. Awkwafina, Quiz Lady. Vanessa Kirby, Napoleon. This is a very offbeat list. I love it. Tom Cruise in Dead Reckoning, that's fun.
Solid.
Pedro Pascal, that's fun. Jennifer Lawrence, she was almost my number 5, but I swapped her for Michelle Williams at the last second. She is fantastic. It's great to see her back in a really fun performance in a sex comedy. Awkwafina, I do not like you. Vanessa, I have not seen Napoleon yet.
Vanessa Kirby and Napoleon came to mind, so she was in the running for me. I do like her a lot in Napoleon.
Joey,
past
guest of the show. Joey. Oh, so was Matt, by the way.
Yeah.
Joey, basketball. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Zac Efron, The Iron Claw. Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Michael Fassbender, The Killer. I thought of Michael Fassbender, but I didn't say him. Leonardo DiCaprio, KOTFM. I believe he means Killers of the Flower Moon. Can nobody spell this fucking movie? What's going on? Honorable mention to Ryunosuke Kamika in Godzilla -1. Haven't seen Holdovers yet, but I'm sure Paul is fantastic. Joey, you don't need to do that.
Joey,
baby, buddy, you don't need to do that.
Keep your opinions on movies you haven't seen to yourself.
It's okay. It's okay that you haven't seen it. I'm not upset that you didn't say Paul Giamatti. It's okay.
We're not going to come back and say, but have you seen Holdovers?
You put Leonardo DiCaprio in here? Have you even seen Holdovers? Actress Greta Lee, Past Lives. Lily Gladstone, KOTFM, means Killers of the Flower Moon. Emma Stone, Poor Things. Margot Robbie Barbie. Chloe Grace Moretz in Nimona, following Sam and including a great VA performance. Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz in Nimona just went up on YouTube. Anybody can watch it for free without a Netflix subscription.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
I should have mentioned that in the news. Yes, what Siobhan just said. I don't have Netflix, so I might check out that YouTube link and watch that movie. I've heard good things.
Cool Jama. Just because I don't see him on anyone else's lists, let me throw in Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Jamie Vidal for El Conde, Joaquin Phoenix for Beau is Afraid, and Russell Crowe for The Pope's Exorcist. I don't even want to get into what's wrong with this. I'll just say...
There's so much wrong with this.
I did consider Bradley Cooper for Maestro. I honestly did.
Boo.
Russell Crowe for Pope's Exorcist is just a fun choice. I like that a lot.
Good choice.
But your approach... I don't know. Cool Jam.
Just tell us your picks.
Jay McMillan.
It's not a race.
Jay McMillan. My honorable mention is Michael Pena in A Million Miles Away. Didn't know that movie existed, but I love Michael Pena. So that is the end. Oh, sorry. Do you got some?
I was going to just mention that Michael Pena's a Scientologist. Continue.
Did not know that. Well, he's a good actor. Very good actor. Marcelo, that is the end of our talkfilmsociety.com/Discord. But I go to another Discord every week. Why do I do this? I don't know. I go to the Hollywood Handbook Discord and I ask those fine people over there for their picks. And holy shit, this week we got some picks.
Oh, we got some picks, huh?
Yeah, Mr. Gale comes in first. I don't think we've even heard from him before. Mr. Gale, he says Glenn Howerton. Always Sunny, I guess. I don't know. His role in Crank, maybe?
There's no movie next to it? Just Glenn Howerton?
Nope, just Glenn Howerton. So I don't know.
And also,
is he even responding to me? Maybe he's just saying Glenn Howerton.
Maybe that's all he does is just posts names from It's Always Sunny cast members. Danny DeVito?
Lexi Zananetti, the lovely Lexi. She says Joaquin in Napoleon. I believe she means Joaquin Phoenix. She says a lady from Anatomy of a Fall. Sorry, lady.
The lady from Anatomy of a Fall, yeah.
Edward Norton in Asteroid City, career best. I'd call that a supporting, but whatever. Main bloke and the little girl on Zilly -1. Also kind of the professor guy, but mainly just because I fancy him. She's British, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, good job to the main bloke and the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she also nominates herself. Me pretending to people I support that I liked Barbie and Five Nights at Freddy's. Me at work.
Congratulations.
Thanks to you, Lexi. Stukeman, he says that he's had this one locked and loaded for a while.
Just wait.
He says best actress. He's been waiting for it. He's been edging for a long time. Lily Gladstone, KOTFM, believes he means Killer of the Flower Moon. So Penelope Portman, May December. Emma Stone, Poor Things, is his winner. I don't know why it's third. Greta Lee, Past Lives. And Michelle Rodriguez, Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow.
Wow. That one's interesting.
That is interesting, yeah.
Best actor, Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers winner. That one's listed first for some reason. Jason Schwartzman, Asteroid City. Charles Milton, May December. I agree with that, honestly. I call that a 3-lead movie. John Boyega in They Cloned Tyrone, which we've heard mentions of that before.
Yeah, we have heard mentions, yeah.
Ryunosuke Kamika from Godzilla -1.
Nice.
And honorable mention, Nicolas Cage Dream Scenario.
Okay, yeah. No, that's... as much as I don't like that movie, Dream Scenario, Cage is pretty great in it. Again, I wish the movie were better.
Thank you, Suk Man. We got Edgar Allan Iverson coming in here. He is the George, host of the podcast that I was on called The Best Little Horror House in Philly. If you want to hear me talk about Donnie Darko at length, you can listen to that, or you can listen to our other show. Have a Nice Apocalypse. George, Best Actor. Jason Schwartzman, Asteroid City. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Godzilla, Godzilla -1. Glenn Howerton in Blackberry. Robert Pattinson, The Boy and the Heron. Honorable mentions, Jackie Chan in Turtles. I believe he means Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Russell Crowe in The Pope's Exorcist. Best Actress, Tilda Swinton in The Killer. Minami Hamabe, Godzilla -1, plus Shin Kamen Rider, so that's a double nomination. Megan in Megan. Lily Gladstone and Cara Jade Myers for KOTFM, Killers of the Flower Moon. And an honorable mention to Tantu Cardinal in KOTFM, Killers of the Flower Moon. All right, this one's weird. So is Godzilla really good in Godzilla -1?
Are you asking me if Godzilla, the kaiju creature, is good? I think the better question is he the lead actor in Godzilla?
I don't know. I don't know an answer.
I'll tell you the answer. He is not. For the first time in a while, I'd say, Godzilla is not the lead actor in his own movie. I think normally he is, but Godzilla -1, it's the humans that are the leads. The humans are the most important. No, is he good? Is he a good actor? I think so. But is he the lead actor? I don't think so.
No, and that will be it.
Oh, wow. That's it?
Yep. We got a lot of silly jokesters in there. Love them. God bless them.
God bless those jokesters in the Hollywood Handbook Discord, which I am not in. All right, Siobhan, thank you, as always, for that Discord roundup. And now, time for the game portion of the show.
Oh, boy, the game.
It's the game time. It's the game.
Game time. Dun, 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 dun.
Gold Derby. Let's start with Best Actor first. Now, GoldDerby.com, that's a website in which prognosticators, morons, people who want to claim they know what's going to happen at the Oscars, dickheads. They're just people on a website ranking what's going to be nominated and what's going to win at the Oscars and other award shows. Right now, we know the nominees, so GoldDerby.com, the prognosticators are predicting what's going to win. They're ranking from 1 to 5. 1 being most likely to win, 5 being less likely to win. I'm going to quiz Siobhan on the Best Actor and Actress categories. Siobhan,
okay.
Can you rank? Let's start with Best Actor. The Best Actor category from let's go from 1 to 5.
From 1 to 5.
From 1 to 5. All right. From most likely to least likely.
Number 1.
Yes.
Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers.
Okay.
Number 2. Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. Number 3. Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. Number 4. Bradley Cooper in Maestro. Number 5. Coleman Domingo in Rustin.
Okay.
What'd I get? 5 out of fucking 5?
Well, let me refresh the page because maybe things have changed since I last opened this page. Okay. Let's see how many you got right. Number 5, according to GoldDerby.com, Coleman Domingo. You got 1 point.
Let's go.
Number 4, the Derby says Jeffrey Wright.
Ah, damn it.
Number 3, Bradley Cooper. Number 2, Paul Giamatti.
Wow, the BAFTAs switched him up that much? Come on.
And number 1, Cillian Murphy.
All right, maybe the blades of time swing back the other way.
Yeah, so you got 1 point with Domingo at 5. Again, just to recap. Number 1, Cillian Murphy. 2, Paul Giamatti. 3, Bradley Cooper. 4, Jeffrey Wright. 5, Coleman Domingo.
Okay.
Now for the actresses.
The actresses. This one's a little harder.
This one is a little harder, I will admit. Same thing. 1 to 5.
Number 1, Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Number 2,
Okay.
Emma Stone, Poor Things. And number 3, I got to start thinking.
Use your noggin.
Sandra Huller in Anatomy of a Fall. And then number 4, Annette Bening, Naiad. Number 5, Carey Mulligan, Maestro.
All right. Writing this down. Let's go to the list. Let's start from the bottom again. Number 5, you say Carey Mulligan. Gold Derby says Annette Bening.
Fuck me. I wanted to say her last, but I was just like, flip it around.
Number 4, Carey Mulligan.
Yeah.
Number 3, Sandra Huller. You got 1 point.
I would have gotten all 5 if I just went with my instincts.
And now, number 2, you said Emma Stone.
I did. No.
It was the other Stone, Lily Gladstone.
No. Come on.
Yeah. And number 1, according to Gold Derby, Emma Stone.
Wow. Whatever.
Yeah.
They're just going off the BAFTA shit.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing over there.
Again, let me recap. Number 1, Emma Stone. Number 2, Lily Gladstone. Number 3, Sandra Huller. Number 4, Carey Mulligan. Number 5, Annette Bening. Let's get into it. So, by the way, Siobhan, you got 2 points out of...
They're living in their own reality over there. Okay.
Yeah, 2 out of 10. Now we got to pick... now we got to pick who's going to win each category. Let's go. Since we're talking about Best Actress, let's decide here and now who's going to win the Oscar for Best Actress.
Lily Gladstone. She has to. She has to.
We're back where we were last year, I think. Where you have 2 actresses vying for the prize, right? It's a horse race.
Golden Man.
The Golden Man. They want to grab that gold man by the neck and lift him above their head for everybody to see.
I'm a winner!
Yeah. Last year you had Michelle Yeoh and Cate Blanchett. Those were the 2 women going for the prize. This year you got Emma Stone, Lily Gladstone. You say Lily Gladstone. Fuck it. I'm going to say Lily Gladstone.
All right.
My heart says Gladstone. What does my head say? My head kind of wants to say Emma Stone, but I think they might make the right decision. The right decision being the best performer in the category, but also right, I think. Again, this is politics. Part of this is politics, right, Siobhan? I think it makes sense.
Politics.
I think it makes sense for Gladstone to be up there, kind of not necessarily righting wrongs, but like historically, it's an important win if it were to happen.
Absolutely.
Similar to Michelle Yeoh's win last year. But I also think they made the right choice in terms of like performances from that category. Even though I love Cate Blanchett, I think Michelle Yeoh, best performance in that category. So yeah, this is tough. But I'm with you. Gladstone all the way. Now, Best Actor. Again, another tough category.
Another 50-50 here.
Yeah, you got Paul Giamatti versus Cillian Murphy. That's the race.
I'm just.
What do you think?
I'm just gonna go with which one I want to see more. And I know it's not usual. I don't know. I want Cillian to win.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. This is tough. You want Cillian to win. You say he's gonna win. That's your pick.
Yeah, I'm picking.
Okay.
Him.
This is tough for me. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Who won last year? The Whale. Brendan Fraser won for The Whale. The Whale Man.
And that was like a triple threat. Colin Farrell and Austin Butler.
Oh yeah. You don't really have that sort of same thing in this category this year, where it's okay. Just quickly comparing last year to this year, I think Brendan Fraser won. Yeah, okay, fine. He was good in The Whale. I admit, but also he had like again like a narrative. I hate even bringing all this up, but it's also part of why people win. It's the story, right? What actress was it that we brought up that like she got pneumonia like a few weeks before the Oscars and just won out of sympathy? The Wikipedia page said it straight out. It's like
Elizabeth Taylor.
I think it was Elizabeth Taylor. It's like she got pneumonia, but they gave her the Oscar because people felt sorry for her. You know, not to say that happened with Brendan Fraser. But I'm just saying there's sometimes there's a story, right? With Giamatti versus Cillian this year, I don't know if there's like a story. No, like with either. It's just two great performances, two great actors who've been working for
there's
decades
more
now.
of a legacy side, I guess, towards Paul Giamatti a little bit, but like it's not that strong. Like I don't think.
Right. So it's tough.
To be called a narrative.
Yeah, fuck it. I think we're gonna be going for the same people here. I'm gonna go with Cillian.
I thought, oh wow, I thought you'd be the other way.
It's tough because I'll just say this last thing and then that'll be it. But the narrative behind Giamatti, I don't think is as strong as maybe it could be, because it feels like he was in another fantastic performance that encapsulates what makes him a great actor, but Oppenheimer is just going to be, I think, it's going to steamroll the Oscars. It's going to pick up so many awards, and I think Cillian Murphy is going to be along for the ride, and he's going to get the Oscar for Best Actor because Oppenheimer. He is Oppenheimer. He is the lead, and I think the Oscars will say, best picture, best actor makes sense. So that's what I think. So. Paul Giamatti, better luck next time. It's just going to be a Paul Giamatti move to lose another Oscar. Well, this is the first time he's nominated. Yeah,
there is that. Yeah, I mean they're both first timers, but like
they're both first timers. But Giamatti's been doing it a bit longer.
It's surprising that it's Paul Giamatti's first. It's not super surprising that it's Cillian's first.
Yeah, Giamatti will be back. Both men will continue to make great movies, regardless of whether they win or not. But Giamatti will be back. It's not like it's going to be his last one.
This is a loser leaves town thing.
So whoever loses. So if Bradley Cooper loses, he's out of here.
He's out.
I mean, I don't want Domingo to go. I like him. Jeffrey Wright. I don't know. Maybe he can.
He's got other stuff going on.
He's got other stuff. If he goes, do I have to close my diamond mine? No? Okay, well. All right. We're having too much fun. Let's end this show.
Too much fun. This is too much.
Yeah. So, to recap, Lily Gladstone, Cillian Murphy, those are both of our picks to win.
You bet your ass.
All right, we'll see if it happens in a few weeks. Siobhan, that's it. Go to talkfilmsociety.com/TFS Awards to give us your picks for your favorites of the year. And go to the Discord, talkfilmsociety.com/Discord, where we're going to pick the winners. Thanks to either way, you'll be involved. Whether you fill out the ballot or go to Discord, you're going to be involved in the process. Don't worry. That's it. Siobhan, any last words?
See you at the films. Wait, no shit. Sorry. I'm sorry I said that.
How dare you? You know what? You're fired. No, I'm kidding. I can't fire you because I quit. Oh no, that's not my catchphrase. My catchphrase is, "Hey, I see you at the Oscars." Nope, I don't say that. Oh, I see you at the movies. No, I don't say that either. All right, fine.